What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati, and as always, I am joined by the podcast dad. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, you're the podcast dad, but you believe, okay? I mean, I just can't call
believe.
you I believe, okay?
Yes, you can. And you will.
I'm not going to.
And before we get into all your plugs, one of us is going to have to change.
Our plugs.
I mean, come on. You can come to the show with the punk shirt? Come on.
No.
Come on.
I thought this through. I don't know if you did.
I thought this through.
Think this through. I can see that now. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
And you have the AEW
okay.
one.
You look great. Okay, you look great.
I know. This shirt is from the Money in the Bank that Paul Heyman cost him.
That's a good one. It's iconic.
Yeah, long time ago. I know Punk's now your favorite wrestler, but Punk's been a favorite of mine for a while.
He was also a favorite of mine. He just hurt me really bad for a really, really long time. And yes, it is super cute that we're wearing matching shirts tonight. That's why I wasn't going to let him change. Thank you, Kyle, I presume, who was watching this show on the behalf of OTM. Shout out to those guys. And also shout out to the boys at the Between Two Beards podcast. And yeah, we are absolutely twinning today. And this is a good lead into our announcements here, because tomorrow night we do have a doubleheader once again. 6:30 we've got Casey Owens joining the show and Mike Fresh. We're going to be talking some more SCI coverage. 8:30 Logan Knight will be joining the show, as well as the Between Two Beards podcast. Cannot wait to talk Dynamite, Money in the Bank, road to SummerSlam. It's just a busy week for the Wrestling Junkies, but we're loving every second of it, aren't you?
I'm loving it.
Good, as you should be. Now can I do my plugs?
Our plugs.
You are correct. Good for you. Look at this. Look at callbacks. This is just. I love the energy here tonight. Support our merch store, please. I did have a specific order in which I was going to do these, but that's fine. Absolutely. Here's the link. Buy a mug. Buy a hoodie. Buy a T-shirt, tank top.
Not a hat.
God, I will get the hats.
You might have a big order on the way. The podcast mom went shopping.
Wait, what? Why?
She wants to look good for SummerSlam.
Okay. All right.
Right there.
I like it. And also, 25 days until SummerSlam, we are going to be there. We get to hang out with the Main Event crew. And while you're at it, do us a favor and make sure that you are following the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net on all social media platforms. We've got blogs. We've got fan art. We've got live streams. We do main event mixers all the time. There are crossovers between our podcast, the OTM podcast. Everybody at the Main Event loves to work together, so do us a favor and show some support. Also, if you could, hit our QR code in the top left corner. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we need your help to do it on YouTube. I believe we're at 271, give or take, so we got some work ahead of us, but we like a challenge, so I think that's okay.
Hey, 1.3K on Twitter. Thank you for that.
No, Jeff Ruby definitely helped with that. That's pretty damn cool. Also, make sure that you're supporting. If you need your WWE merch, much like the T-shirt that the podcast dad has, mine is an AEW version. Hit this QR code for our WWE Shop affiliate link. Everything that we earn through WWE Shop, everything that we earn by selling Wrestling Junkies merch, all goes into the reinvestment in this podcast, and not just this podcast, but continuing to support independent wrestling like we are doing a whole hell of a lot this summer. We got coming up on July 27th, ETU Summer Madness 2. We are one of the official sponsors, and we're always happy to work with ETU. And in case you've been living under a rock, the main event has been announced. Marcus Mathers taking on Titus Alexander for the Key to the East Championship. Again, Saturday, July 27th, live from the Mecca, Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. One of the coolest venues in all of independent wrestling, streaming live on IWTV. Make sure that you check it out. And this also broke today that Joseph A-Game Alexander will also be appearing at Summer Madness. And as this was announced, he had something to say on X. I just want to make it crystal clear at this point. While you sleep, I work. While you run, I sprint. I'm not the student anymore. I'm above the prospect. It's time to show him I belong in the conversation. I can be the best. So sounds like ETU is going to have their hands full with Joseph Alexander showing up. But this weekend, Scenic City Invitational coming to you from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Partnership between TWE Chattanooga, Action Wrestling, SCI, a number of great organizations in Tennessee and Georgia linking up for an incredible event here. If you've been living under a rock, Wrestling Junkies, once again, one of the sponsors of this show. We've got the Scenic City Invitational. 2 nights, 2-day tournament, 1 winner. We've also got the SCI Futures Showcase. I mean, we've had Cody Fluffman, we've had Tyler Stevens, we've had Timothy Bosby on the show. We have one more guest that we're getting ready to introduce after I'm done with all of these announcements. But make sure that you're in attendance. We've got some great matches here. Former WWE Tag Team Champion Paul London is in the house, and he drew a first-round matchup with the Good Doctor, our friend Landon Hale. I mean, come on, this is a no-brainer here. The Good Doctor is in session, and better watch your back, bud. So yeah, absolutely cannot wait for that. But before all of this kicks off on Thursday night, TWE is hosting the night before. This will also be on IWTV, July 11th, 7 p.m. We are sponsoring double main event. Darian Bankston taking on Daniel McCabe, as well as the main event of Jaden Newman and Paul London. So again, seriously, if you got IWTV, better be watching. If you don't have IWTV, it's $10 a month. What the hell are you waiting for? One more time.
Yeah,
there we go.
Flash it back up. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think it is time for us to start talking some more SCI. You ready?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Tonight's guest is not only a fierce competitor in the Scenic City Invitational Future Tournament, but also a promoter making waves in the wrestling world. He's here to talk about his journey as a wrestler and to promote his own show, Good For You, coming up August 2nd from TWE Arena. Please welcome the multi-talented Jamesen Shook. Jamesen, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Multi-talented. That's the first time I've ever heard that one, so that makes me happy. That's good.
Let's go.
It made me really happy. Wow. I love that.
Well, we are absolutely thrilled to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. So let's just dive on in, man. Everybody has heard this spiel before, but here at the Wrestling Junkies, we look at wrestlers. They are superheroes. They are supervillains. They clash, yes, but they all have origin stories that all begin somewhere. So Jamesen, tell us about some of your earliest memories of pro wrestling.
Oh, man, becoming a fan. So I grew up in a different way from everyone else. Everyone else grew up with the WWEs or whatever. I guess WWE, I guess that was the biggest one, obviously. But I grew up with like Ring of Honor, CZW, TNA here and there, but I just didn't really care that much. Nowadays, I love it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how like I grew up on wrestling. So I remember my first feud that I can remember was El Generico and Kevin Steen. And the Ladder Wars match.
Mm-hmm.
The match was awesome. But then, like, obviously, as time went on, I got way more into WWE and like everyone else. But I still have that, like, mindset of the smaller show. Because I love the smaller shows way more than the bigger shows. Because, like, obviously, it's where I am now. And I kind of figured, well, that's where I'm going to start. So I fell in love with those way before I fell in love with WWE. So I never really call myself a WWE child. Because I wasn't, but you know.
So you mentioned Kevin Steen, El Generico. Who are some of the other ones that inspired you to get into this?
Oh man, Steen, obviously Steen, Generico, 2 great wrestlers. Adam Cole's great. Kyle O'Reilly's an all-time favorite wrestler of mine. Bobby Fish, incredible. And then on like the deathmatch side, because I'm definitely a deathmatch kid. Matt Tremont, Danny Havoc, J.C. Bailey, who's like one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Jimmy Rave, who I think is the greatest wrestler of all time. Really those guys. And then CM Punk, because he's the greatest wrestler of all time. I don't have my shirt with me. It's in my room somewhere. But if I would have thought about it, I'm like, damn, that would be cool. But, you know, I didn't think that far ahead.
Yeah, I think that's the theme of the show, CM Punk. That's good, though.
Yeah, man. We're all down with the X.
Yeah, so let's get into it. You're here because SCI is this weekend. We're talking before the show. You're getting hyped for this. I mean, you're looking at potentially a 7-match weekend, and this is not the first time, certainly within the last couple of months, that you've had a loop like this. Let's just start here. How you feel about this weekend?
I'm already pissed off. I could already feel the pain in my body on when Tuesday comes around. I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to hate everybody. But then when Wednesday will roll around, I'll be like, oh, it's fine. It's whatever. We mentioned, so you have Casey Owens tomorrow, right?
Yes.
I'm wrestling him twice this weekend. I've got him and Shook D with me and Finesse for the TWE Tag Team Championships on Thursday. And then Saturday, that's my first round matchup with him and Mackenzie Morgan. And then if I beat them, there's another match. So there's 3.
Yep.
Possibly SCI Night 2. There's 4. And then I'm in another tournament on Sunday at Retinal Wrestling for the Tri-State Championship. Possibly 2 matches there. And then there's Crash Course at TWE on Monday. And there's a match there. So I'm going to be so mad when Tuesday comes around. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I'll pretend I hate wrestling for a little bit. And then I'll be like, oh, that was fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah. Busy man.
Yeah, year and a half.
So let me ask you this: take us through that mental preparation, knowing that you have a tag team title match on Thursday, and you're likely going to be wrestling your tag team partner the next day. How does that feel?
Oh, I mean, I mean, it sucks because I've never wrestled Finesse, but there's a possibility I wrestle Finesse on Sunday. That's kind of torn us apart. And I was like, Finesse, I really want to win this. And Finesse is like, no, I have to win this. I go, that sucks, but I'm winning it. Thursday we'll be best friends. Monday morning we'll be best friends again. Sunday we'll be enemies. That sucks, but it's fine. But like mental preparation for weekends like this, there's no really way to prepare for weekends like this, because to me wrestling is like the hardest sport. Pro wrestling to me is definitely the hardest sport. There's no cardio like it. Like, I mean, I guess school wrestling's the closest one you can get, but that stops eventually. Like, this is stopped for like at least 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be rough, but I can't wait about it.
So we'll get back to SCI here in a minute. I want to talk about Good For You. You're promoting a show, as Mr. Cincinnati said in the beginning, a man of many talents.
Oh, there it is.
How did the concept come together, and kind of what inspired you to get into promoting as well?
So what kind of inspired it was I saw like my other friends, or now former friends, I hate all of them now, like Braden Toon. He ran 1st of December to Remember, which I was on, beat Aaron Wade half to death. Kevin Ryan, Forever Pro. Again, not a big fan of Kevin Ryan right now because of ADS, and don't really like him. But I just kind of thought, like, all right, I'm the person on the show with the least experience. I get that, but I just want to see, like, what's it like? What's it like to run a show? So I've kind of done everything on my own. Obviously, I've asked for advice from like the people that know what they're doing, like the Matt Griffins, the Dylan Hales, Jaden, those guys. Even Kevin Ryan, back when we were cool, I'd ask him for advice. But like, it's definitely been tough. It's the dumbest decision I've ever made in my life. But when August 3rd rolls around, it'll be worth it. Like, there's still a couple more things I got to announce for it, but I'm excited because I think any match on this show could main event anywhere in the world. Yeah.
Let's go through these, because we have some of these that you have announced already. So we're just gonna go one by one here real quick. Take us through, kind of what's taking us to these points here. We've got Dylan Hales taking on Negative Lee. That's just a hell of a graphic right there.
It's a hell of a graphic.
Shout out Carbon Michael, dude. Carbon puts all these graphics together, and these are my favorite graphics I've ever seen. Even if it's my show, I don't care. These are the best graphics I've ever seen.
Yeah, his stuff is legit. He'll also be on the show next week with Rob Weathers. Cheap plug for us.
Oh yeah, dude. Rob Weathers, very fun person to be around.
Yes, 1000%. We've also got Tommy Vendetta, Braden Toon here. This just looks like it's gonna be bloody. I don't know. I just get that feeling.
That one came together very last minute because I'm sure I'll have to talk about it later. I had the match set up between Brett Eisen and Reed Bentley. That was just going to be a fight. It wasn't going to be a wrestling, which the match that changed to was also going to be a fight. But then, like, Jaden Newman was the first person to be like, hey, I want to wrestle Reed Bentley. And I said, all right, you got it. And then I realized, oh, man, it was going to be Jaden and Toon. So then man, what a fight. Oh, I can't wait. And then Toon was left, and I was like, man, I love Tommy Vendetta. I love that man with all my heart. And him and Braden Toon would be so fun. Because they're both dumb, but in a great way. So I just want to see what happens.
And the last one we've got, and I think you'd be pretty pissed if we didn't mention it, Rico Gonzalez taking on Casey Owens. Rico, good friend of the show. Congratulations to him and AC Mack. We finally get to meet them at SCI, I think, this weekend, which would be really cool. But yeah, this one just looks like this looks like some good Lucha Libre action. I'm pumped for it.
That one will be super fun. Two very different styles that will clash. Because I love it when two different styles of wrestlers wrestle. Because it always comes out good. So I'm very excited for that one.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
So you talked about some, I don't want to say problems in the booking, but kind of what challenges came about in booking this show? Like it was something you just experienced that you were like, man, I didn't know it was going to be like this.
I mean, the obvious one. All right. Without getting into too much detail, the obvious one, the money. Obviously. That's an obvious one. I didn't really think about the fact of how much I'm putting back and how much I might not make back. And that's definitely something I've thrown back and forth in my head a lot. But and it's something I've been questioned about a lot too from other promoters and other people. But I've just been like, honestly, I'm running my own show with my name on it, with the people I love, getting a match that I've wanted for a long time. Who cares how much that I make back? Because I get to do what I want to do, and I'm excited. I get to see matches that I want to see.
Yeah.
So definitely the money. Definitely getting to people, because messaging people to run a show is so hard. Wrestlers are jerks. We're horrible people. People try to message us, we will not respond. We are terrible, and I'm definitely guilty of it. I'm guilty of it right now. But that's been a hard one, but luckily everyone's got back with me, and it's all been super cool people.
Yeah.
Really sweet people. Very happy that they're doing this.
So when do we hear about Jamesen Shook's match?
Oh God. Me and John Wayne Murdoch, baby.
Ooh. Okay.
That was the first one. So here's the thing. I said it before. I grew up a deathmatch kid, and I'm an idiot. So my favorite things about myself, deathmatch kid, and I'm an idiot. I definitely want to see because I've done death matches. I've done a couple. I've done the pit match with Tommy Vendetta, me and Aaron Wade 3 times. And there's others. But I kind of want to test myself on my own show, because you see bookers all the time. They book themselves against I'm going to book myself against my best friend, which isn't a problem. I actually like that. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. But I like it because I want to take it a step further and be all right, where am I at? And I want to put myself to a challenge that this is going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. The shower that night is going to be awful. And I already know it is, but it's going to be worth it. And I'm excited because, again, it's a match I've wanted, and it's a show that I've put together. So it'll be super fun. I'm nervous about it, and it's 24 days away. It's the day before SummerSlam. That's why I'm like, man, let's go.
It's a big weekend, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. So, long-term goals of the promotion, are you one and done, or you want to keep this thing going?
I definitely want to do a once-a-year thing. I definitely want this to be a once-a-year big event, kind of like All I Want with Marcus Mathers. I definitely want this to be a once-a-year thing, because I just want to have fun, and I can't blow all my money monthly. I can't do that, but I can do it once a year and be happy with it. Also on that show, and I haven't even announced that he's going to be there, but I might as well because y'all like him.
All right.
Landon Hill will be there. He is wrestling.
I like it.
Landon Hill.
Look at us getting some exclusives here.
Yeah.
There you go. He will be in a match with a couple other people, but I can't announce that yet. They haven't been announced.
Those poor backs, that's all I can say.
Those poor backs.
Oh, man. That's a match I'm really looking forward to.
So, Jamesen, as we kind of approach the end of our time here, you know, we've been talking a lot about Good For You, and that's great, but SCI is this weekend. Final words for tag team partner, your opponent, anybody out there that needs to hear anything about this weekend, this tournament, this show, streaming live on IWTV across all 3 days.
SCI is the biggest tournament in independent wrestling, in my opinion. It's by far the biggest tournament in the Southeast. In my opinion, by far the biggest pro wrestling tournament in America. I think it's the biggest one in wrestling total. Action Futures. Little fact: no TWE kid has ever won the Action Futures tournament.
All right.
So I definitely want to be the first, because I carry TWE everywhere I go. Like any show I go to, I'm wearing the shirt, the TWE shirt, or it's at least in my bag, and it's on me during my entrance. So I definitely want to be the first one who represents
Jason
TWE.
history. I like it.
Yes, absolutely.
Speaking of history, so you get to now answer the toughest question you're going to get probably all year. We ask this to every guest that's on the show. Mr. WrestleMania. Is it The Undertaker or is it Shawn Michaels?
It's The Undertaker. It's not even close.
Oh,
It's not even close.
Bam.
Did Shawn Michaels only lose twice at WrestleMania? I mean, I don't know. He probably did, but I mean, did he have that streak?
yeah, but I mean, come on, some of those early matches.
I mean, that's fine. He still won them.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, okay.
And that is the correct answer.
So we're going quantity over quality. Got it. Okay, I see how that works.
I mean, hey, that Shawn Michaels. Oh man, that'll get people fired up, and I'll have people in my Twitter saying that all day.
Who cares?
That Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle match, man. I mean, I'm sorry, but no, no.
That is a hot take. That is a hot take. Good for you.
I know that's not liked by people, but I mean, come on, like, really?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's a classic. Okay. You know what? It's not even. It's not even. You know what? That finish was so far thought ahead because he knew that Kurt Angle was gonna be working Batista next after the world title, and he was like, "Okay, if you're gonna go work Batista, you need to look really strong. So make me. You know what? We're back. Sorry,
you done?
Sorry. Yeah, I am now.
Thank you.
Oh man, I'm gonna get banned. I'm getting banned.
No, you're not. No, you're a favorite now. There's no banning.
I mean, I'm sorry. That match is just like, come on. You mean to tell me Shawn Michaels is going to be an Olympic wrestler with wrestling? Like, come on now. That's not. Come on.
Okay,
take that.
All right.
A headlock takeover, but they never taught that for the Olympics. Yeah.
Well, we'll be doing a much more formal Mr. WrestleMania debate closer to the anniversary of Bad Blood in October. So we will absolutely be having you back then as we devote some time to that. But Jamesen, it was a pleasure to meet you, man, and we're super pumped to get to hang out with all you guys this weekend and just again experience SCI. This is the first one for us, and we're certainly proud to sponsor it, and just cannot wait to see the chaos.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me. This is super fun.
Yeah, no, of course. And this door's open anytime. And you guys can follow Jamesen on X at jshook_75. Jamesen, thank you again. And we'll be seeing you this weekend. Give him hell, okay?
Thank you. See you guys this weekend, too. Thank you, guys.
Yep, of course.
Eat that.
Again.
Eat that.
And you can catch all things SCI, including the Action Future Showcase this weekend, streaming live on IWTV. $10 a month. If you're living under a rock, you'll.
I'll take a shot every time you say that tonight.
I know. I don't know. I'm just full of just reusable colloquialisms. I don't know.
Okay.
What?
So, you want to talk about CM Punk?
I mean, we're wearing the shirts, so might as well. So the first thing that I want to say is the theme "Actions Have Consequences" that was in this initial promo. Basically, it bookended the show. I know that we're going to talk about the return of Mommy at the end of this, but everything that Liv has done over these last few months, she's now starting to realize those actions are going to have consequences. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I am loving just the consistency across 3 hours. It is so damn refreshing to have that, just because for so long we didn't, and we took it for granted.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to see. I mean, Punk and Rollins, hell of an opening segment. I mean, these two
That probably
like
beat their first one earlier this year.
Maybe
I
when
would
this
say so.
feud happens, when this match happens, like the build of this is going to be insane.
So
It's gonna
I
be
want to
crazy.
go back to something that you said. I can't remember if we were texting about this. Yeah, something that you said. I don't remember if we were texting about this, if this was something you said on the show. But you had floated the idea of this being a 3-way match. And now that I've seen that segment, as far as it was not my intention to cost you your title, but you're a family man, so am I. This bracelet may mean nothing to you. It may be cheap as hell, but it's a representation of my family. And he went and effed with my family. And I'm sorry you got caught in the crossfire. And, because Rollins now can't challenge, well, at least at the time of that promo, could not challenge for the world title. You can't blame Rollins for being angry. But now here we are. Actions have consequences. It's you cost me my title. The second you're cleared, I'm going to put you back on the shelf. I think they can make this realistically a 3-way rivalry, which, I mean, is very rare for WWE.
Yeah, I think the only reason I floated it out there was what's Rollins doing at SummerSlam?
It was a suggestion from Mr. OTM.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know what Seth's doing at SummerSlam, if anything. But do you leave Seth Rollins off your SummerSlam card?
No, you don't leave Seth Rollins off your SummerSlam card. I mean, they would find, even if it was just a segment, they'd find something to do with him. But this is not something that you really need a whole lot of work to insert him into this rivalry, because basically Rollins had first crack at Punk from the second he came back. And then it's just after Punk gets injured by McIntyre in the Rumble that we have started this and made lemonade out of lemons.
I mean, potentially make this, the number one contenders match at SummerSlam. You got your other 3 contenders right there.
Too. Yeah.
That's how you get Seth and Gunther at Bad Blood. And you can still do your Drew Punk blow off at the same night. I think that's there you go. There's your booking. The only reason I threw that out there was Seth is going to be on the card, right? He's going to be on the card.
Yeah, so, I'm not worried. And I mean, here's what Kyle says: can't be in the title scene. Find a Ram tag partner to face Judgment Day. It's not something I really want to see. But again, now that we know that there is nothing stopping him from challenging, I think Priest has basically said, once I get through Gunther, let's run it back, which I think is pretty cool, because we know that that's not going to happen. So Seth needs a convincing win at SummerSlam if he wants to, put himself in a position to take on Gunther potentially at Bash in Berlin. I know that this isn't a SummerSlam preview show, but I'm sorry, I just don't see Priest being Gunther at SummerSlam. I don't.
Does anybody?
I don't know. It looked like there for a second that you might have had the gears turning on how to justify it, but I could be wrong there. But
it went away.
Okay.
I did for a split second, but it was
come on.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's no. Priest is good, and he's been pretty solid in this main event run.
I think he's been a good champion.
Yeah, but he's not ready to beat Gunther.
No, I would say no. I would say no. But till Mania. Maybe.
I don't see why not. I mean, he's the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. He's earned the time off that he's had right now. I mean, do you really follow that up with a title reign, a world title run in the main event scene that comes to an end in the same calendar year that it begins? It's never really been his style.
Depends on who's out there. I mean, we just listed off the names of people that could potentially win that. We
did.
Seth Rollins, a CM Punk, a Drew McIntyre, a John Cena. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
I mean that'd be a way to be a good retirement tour if Cena can somehow defeat Gunther for the 17th, world champion, and then defends it at Mania and does the job for him. And I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I just there's a lot of main event people floating around that scene that, yeah, I could definitely see it happening, but there's also a scenario where I don't see it happening. So we will wait and see. But I think SummerSlam, yes, it's his time to win the title.
Kyle needs Gunther versus Cena. That'd be a great match. Sure. 1,000%. Yeah.
I think that'll happen. I think that'll happen.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's, basically the fact that this isn't a WrestleMania season farewell tour and that it is just, everything that's been announced. 2025 is the final year. I believe that he is hanging the jorts up for good after that last match, much like Taker hanging up the trench coat for good. It's pretty damn iconic, I got to say.
We'll see. Saudi Arabia pays a lot of money.
Why did you have why
Mr. WrestleMania knows.
Why did you have to do that now? Why now? Should have just sat there and ate your damn food. All right, got it.
I'll have any food.
Got it.
Is Taco still alive?
Yeah, he says hello. He's in the canyons.
Okay, well, I hope he gets out soon. What else we got?
He's still got to meet MJB.
What else we got?
Wyatt Sicks dropped off another tape, this time actually to Pat McAfee now that he returned to commentary. And we got a proper introduction. What?
You know what I liked?
What's that?
They showed him without the masks.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And because that was one of the big questions we had is, are they going to wrestle as the, much like we saw with The Fiend? Are we going to see a lot of just that entity with the mask taking it over? And it doesn't seem like we are, which is good. Also, because at least for Mercy the Buzzard, Dexter Lumis, it looked like those are actually his dreads. So that might have explained a lot of why he was off TV for a while, growing them shits out. It was...
Yeah, it kind of cool. It kind of looked like it, didn't it?
Yeah. And I'm not
mad at that. And
everything. Yeah.
So the only one that we didn't see the face was Nikki Cross, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine.
That's okay. Yeah, we all know who that is, and we have seen her play deranged characters before. She's taking a lot of that sanity and injecting a little bit more supernatural into it, which is pretty cool. This answers one of those major questions, seeing them without their masks on, which means that these are much like Bo Dallas, who we also saw in person later in the night for the first time on Raw TV in a very long time.
Yeah, that was you were going to say we answered one question, but we just opened up.
Got like a dozen more.
Why is he at Raw? What does this mean? What's next? He's, as his brother would say, they're here.
Yeah. Also, Kyle, if you break out the jorts, I'll do the same thing.
You have jorts?
Yes, I have jorts.
I do not.
That surprises me. That actually really, I'm genuinely surprised at that.
How does that surprise you? Why would that surprise you?
It just genuinely surprises me.
I don't know how to take that.
You're a dad. I just assumed that you have jorts.
I don't have jorts. Mow my lawn in jorts.
I don't know. You seem like the type.
Hell, we'll all go dressed as John Cena. We'll each get a Fruity Pebble shirt, and we'll all go dressed as Cena.
I would love that, actually.
Let's do it. Main event crew, Indianapolis, Royal Rumble.
Assemble.
Pick a color, a John Cena shirt, and we will all go as John Cena. Done.
And according to Kyle, Tuck also has jorts. He's a dad. So apparently,
don't have jorts. I'm sorry. I haven't had jorts since the 5th grade.
That's unfortunate. Okay. You want to talk some new stables?
Yeah, I guess.
You're not happy about this one, are you? The internet does seem very, very divided on this, and some of y'all have been homophobic as hell about it. Knock it the fuck off.
Well, I'm not bad.
I know that. I just wanted to throw that out there for whoever's watching.
It's just not the most exciting thing in the world for me at the moment.
But when you really think about it, 2 MMA stars once again teaming up. Zoey Stark has that same aggression. It's giving them something to do. They're working with Damage Ctrl, who has been in a tailspin basically since the Bayley program started at the Royal Rumble. This is a way for them to recapture some momentum, and if booked properly, put these 6 inside War Games, because there's also no clear path to what that women's match is going to look like just yet. And while we may not, I disagree, but I'll let you. Okay, you're going to say what? Team Rhea versus?
Yes, Team Liv.
We'll see.
Oh, come on. That tells
We'll see.
itself.
We'll see. I'm not saying it doesn't sell itself. Let's see how they finish the rest of the story off, though.
You could also throw out, and I know it hasn't happened yet, Team Jade and Team Bianca.
It's just because that doesn't need to happen yet.
Why?
Because tag team titles still need them in that division, I think, right now.
No, they don't.
You don't have to agree with me. I don't give a shit, but that's my opinion.
Oh, it's over. It's over. No, this group's fine. I don't know, man. It kind of has the I don't want to say the stink, but it kind of feels like Final Testament. Like we're trying something again with Sonya Deville. It just hasn't really worked quite yet with Sonya Deville.
But those have been Vince McMahon-like creative initiatives.
That's fine.
Karrion
Kross has been booked with Triple H's vision, and he came back and interrupted Roman Reigns, beat Drew McIntyre, and what's he doing?
I'll give you that it hasn't worked, but at least we have a body of work to look at from this with a Triple H creative standpoint. We do not have that with these three.
It's fine. I'm rooting for it to be good. I just might like all three of them. Just
sound a little bit more like you have that thought.
Just haven't. Well, let me finish my thought, and then we can talk about it. We can debate.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, all three of them haven't been booked well in how long? And you can say under the Triple H regime,
yeah,
you can't tell me Zoey Stark's been booked well. You can't tell me that Shayna Baszler's been booked well under the Triple H regime because they haven't. So
they have been very start-stop as far as faces to heels. I will give you that. But I do think that this collective, especially because we've waited so long for Sonya Deville to honestly, and this is just my opinion, I think ever since that SummerSlam 2020 where there was supposed to be that big blow off with Mandy Rose, it's been hard to recapture that momentum because of the very real life situation that she was dealing with at the time. I mean, here we are where that case is firmly behind her. She's a newlywed. She's, this new phase of life, living her best life. Let's see if that energy comes out in the creative that she's presented with. I'm willing to give her that chance to do it. Because we've seen, Absolution was fun to watch, and let's see, how she does truly leading a trio this time instead of just being a part of one.
That's fine. Look, I have an open mind. I'm not as excited as you are, and I think that is allowed. Because you know why?
Because you love me.
Because wrestling is supposed to be fun.
Also, that's that. Yeah.
That's my PSA for the day.
Did you see Chad Gable talking to the Creeds in the background of that segment?
I did. I also saw Jey Uso go yeet and then dip.
Yep.
The second funniest moment of the night.
This is the motto with which Jey Uso is operating when it comes to the Wyatt Sicks. You know what the key is? Not getting your ass beat is knowing when somebody can beat your ass. So that's one of them times.
It was good. It was good, but Jey needs something to do, man.
Yeah, I agree. 1,000% I agree.
He's not going to be on SummerSlam.
Not at this rate.
Unless they turn that IC title program into a 4-way. But man, are we getting Sammy, Braun, and Ilya? Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, once and I know that it's kind of early for them to revisit this feud so often because they're both new to the main roster, but I could watch those two work all day. They work so well together. And so Kyle points this out. We haven't thought about this either. Jimmy could also come back at that could be a part of what we see at SummerSlam is this re-involvement with the new bloodline, especially depending on what we see Solo do now that he has dismantled the Wise Man pre-tape this week. So you'd have to think that he will be back either this upcoming week or the week after. And they've really got to do something to establish other than, I beat Cody Rhodes in a 6-man tag. I deserve a title shot.
Pinned him. The Rock did the same thing.
No. I'm just saying I just want to see another pound of flesh. That's all.
What's 3 people can say they've pinned Cody Rhodes right now since he's been back?
Seth Rollins, The Rock,
Roman, and Solo. So 4.
Shinsuke didn't ever, right?
Nope.
Okay. Remember him?
No.
Remember Dallas?
Dude, send him back to NXT. Send him back to NXT. Why not? Yeah. You're not doing anything with him on the main roster. Send him back to NXT. He would do great down there. He would do great. Him and Obafemi, okay. Right? Like him and Nathan Frazier later. Like just go bring him back. Bring him home. Bring him home. Did you see they're going back to Full Sail or something?
No, I did not.
Yeah. That'll be cool. I didn't see the exact date, but I did see the announcement that they're going to do some stuff at Full Sail. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's good for them. It's good for them.
Glory days. The glory days when we would pop for blue pants.
Oh, yeah. I think she liked one of our tweets earlier this week, too. That was pretty cool.
Hey, shout out to you, blue pants.
Yeah. Man. Some of them OG names, I just...
Hey, I don't care what you say. Bull Dempsey was it, man.
Hey, I liked it. I was
Dempsey.
A big fan of Bullfit myself back in the day.
I
was definitely in the minority in that one.
I was right there with you. I loved it. That was one of my favorites. I wanted him to beat Baron Corbin so badly, but it just didn't happen.
Nick Miller and Shane Thorne. I forget what their tag team name was, but they were great.
TM61.
There we go. Yep.
Wrestling Junkie. All right. Rhea is back.
Man, this I gotta say, everything about this finally teaming together for Dom and Liv was perfect. I think you probably saw the picture I tweeted out on the Junkies account last night. But again, it harkened back to 2000, Triple H and Trish Stratus having to have a tag team match themselves, and a lot of that warm up just it created for that controversy, which was great. But we saw Dom give in here, or almost before the music hit, and man, they looked like they saw a ghost.
Yep.
Your thoughts?
I think it's going according to plan for Liv. I think it is. This is her revenge tour. She wanted to take everything away from Rhea. Judgment Day's a part of that. She's fracturing the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I was going to say, not all of Judgment Day seems to be a part of that, though.
Finn's still... I don't trust Finn Balor yet. Do you trust Finn Balor?
No, you shouldn't. I mean, you saw that look that he gave at Money in the Bank the other night.
You got Finn and Damian potentially having something happen. Rhea and Dom. Like, if those two split, Judgment Day's done. Like, what do you have? Carlito, JD, and Finn? That's not Judgment Day.
There's been worse trios.
It's not Judgment Day. That's not cool.
I don't know. He seems to be adding a little bit. He adds a little something to it. Like, so, yeah. So
if Carlito turned into Ron Simmons, I'd be so happy. He just pops up every once in a while and goes, "That's cool." That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. No, because if you saw on WWE's Instagram, they posted a clip of Rhea Liv backstage, and she's like peeking out the curtain, and then she turns around and she's just smiling ear to ear. Like this, I think it's all a part of her plan. She might get the hell beat out of her by Rhea, and
likely get her title taken in the process because this is a wrestling.
But was that the goal? You know what I mean? Like, or was her goal just to, like, she took Rhea's title, kind of. She took Dom. Now she infiltrated the Judgment Day, is kind of splintering that. Like, I think the larger story is Liv still doing that. So, and maybe that's a distraction for their potential title match where Liv comes out on top. And we see Rhea face some adversity that she hadn't really faced in her title run.
Yeah, and also, like, literally, this is only coming in my head, basically as you were delivering your point there is, I mean, as far as Liv is concerned, this is basically, high school drama bullshit kind of a storyline is essentially what they're telling here. Who's to say that once Liv does get her hands on Dirty Dom, she's like, great, I had you. You can go now. Thanks. I mean, that's still also very much on the table here. But then the question I have after that is an audience ever really going to be ready to cheer Dominik Mysterio in that situation if he gets dumped? And that's like, I don't know.
No, I don't think anybody will.
Answers to.
I don't think anybody will. But again, I don't think that's the goal. I think the goal was to destroy the Judgment Day, and I think she's done her job. So,
real Yoko, huh?
Wow. I'm really getting to the youth. Good job on that one. All right, NXT tonight.
What the fuck,
Jesus. Jesus. I guarantee half the people don't know who that is.
There are 60 people watching this show. If you do know who Yoko is, just give us a little hand emoji there in the comments, please, if you wouldn't mind.
There's no way. NXT. So something interesting NXT posted 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Was the clip from last week where Ora Mensah is calling out Ethan Page. So potentially, I wouldn't say a PLE, but potentially
it's a TV main event, sure.
TV main event.
Yeah.
Ethan Page puts up his title.
Yeah.
All right.
If Triple H can defend the WWF Championship against S.A. Rios on SmackDown, I'm pretty sure that Ethan Page can defend the title against Ora Mensah on NXT.
Again, really going after the youth. Let's pull something right out of 2000. Here we
wrestling
go.
junkies.
The NXT card. We have Tony D'Angelo against who cares? The Heritage
Cup. Who's he taking on?
I thought you would know.
I didn't see the lineup for tonight. Excuse me.
It's Lexis King.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's do it.
I'll probably be peeing during that.
For my intellectuals.
Sol Ruka goes 1-on-1 with Fallon Henley.
Fire.
Probably Sol Ruka get a win back.
Yep.
I don't know who this is. I don't know who these guys are. Maybe I keep missing there. Is it Tyson and Tariq?
Yeah.
What is their team name?
I don't think they have an actual. I don't think they have an actual team name. Yeah.
Okay. They take on Gallus, which whatever.
Gallus is gonna Gallus.
Carmen Petrovich and Ariana Grace.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're gonna go 1-on-1, and that might have some.
Girl.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, girl.
Don't get it twisted.
Oh, it's. I'm about to take the top off. It's twisted.
Well, put it back on is what I'm saying. But
all right, we got a battle of the acronyms. OTM takes on the OC. Who cares?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say.
I'm gonna say who cares. And then Wes Lee will address his future.
And this is a question from Mr. OTM here. What happens with this promo?
He's gonna get attacked by somebody. That's what I think.
Who are we thinking? I mean, do you think that this is a different locker room this time? Because Obafemi has no reason to go back to demolish him. Now,
perhaps. I don't know. I mean, he's not. I mean, what's he going to go out there and say? He's going after the NXT title. He can't do that because you just lost your mid card title shot. So something will happen.
Doesn't always matter in wrestling.
I think the biggest question. And one thing I did notice is none of the champions are advertised. So Roxanne, Oba, Ethan Page.
That's pretty normal after a PLE.
However, do we see him?
Say his name and he appears.
But do we see him?
I think that we do.
Or is it another tease at the end of the show or in the middle of the show?
That would still be seeing him.
Does he interrupt Wesley? Two baby faces. I don't know, but
and I mean,
we just saw
either of them heels. No,
we just saw a couple baby face, people go at it for the champion, and so Ruka and Kalani Jordan. So you appeared, yes,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
if he shows up,
that's the True Junkies demo god.
If he shows up. What did you do?
I said he is the true demo god here. He is responsible for one of our highest viewed episodes. No, don't change your name, dickhead.
I'm under the Dustin tree.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's
also
fine. But enough of this learning tree.
We are very excited to see you that first week of August.
Yep, can't wait. Man, SummerSlam weekend is going to be nuts. We are going to check out some AIW. We're going to check out GCW. We're going to check out SummerSlam. We might be going to that pop-up wrestling nightclub.
You guys are going to have a great time at GCW.
That's right.
I have to celebrate
Yeah.
the podcast mom all Friday
Yes.
because I'm taking her to SummerSlam for her birthday.
Yes.
So,
Also,
yes.
everybody check out AIW Absolution 17 this Saturday, July 13th. Dustin, I assume that is streaming on Triller. Let us know in the chats if it is, but we'll go ahead and leave that up. Any final thoughts on Monday Night Raw, NXT, all things SCI?
There's just a lot of wrestling coming. A lot of wrestling. I'm excited. We have not seen the card.
I don't believe.
Send it to Eric. He'll tweet that out.
Yeah. DM us and we'll get that out there. Can't wait to see what we got.
We'll post it. You know what else we'll do? We'll throw it on the show tomorrow.
And
we'll put it in our plugs.
Yeah, not for August 1st. I don't think that we have yet. So yeah, definitely let us know that. And
we'll be back on.
Yeah,
we'll
get that on
to discuss that.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Can't wait. It's gonna be a big weekend, buddy.
It is
big weekend. You, me, in the car. There's gonna be a little Dickie involved. It ain't gonna be me.
There's just so many different ways that you could have said that, but he knew that.
As soon as it came out, I was like, "Yeah, that doesn't sound great."
But no, that is going to do it for us tonight. We will be back tomorrow again. Double header. Cannot wait for this. At 6:30, we have got Casey Owens and Mike Fresh join the show. 8:30, we have got Logan Knight and the Between Two Beards podcast joining us. Cannot wait to share both of these episodes with you.
Yes,
dude, we're getting really, really close to 200 episodes. How you feeling?
200. Come on.
It's pretty damn good. You didn't think we'd make it past 5.
Yeah, well, wait till we hit.
Look at us now.
Wait till we hit 500. Then I'll be. I mean, I'll show up in jorts.
That's all it takes, really?
You can't see what I'm wearing, but hey, also, real quick.
Yeah.
You know what we need everybody to do that's watching right now? If you are not subscribed to our YouTube page, please subscribe to our YouTube page. If you like the stuff that we do with independent promotions, independent wrestling, having these great wrestlers on to discuss everything and anything wrestling, support us, please. We are trying to support independent wrestling, and let's grow as a family. Let's all grow. Let's all have some fun. We all love CM Punk, I hope. Because at least we do. But let's grow together. Let's have fun. Wrestling should be an escape for everyone. It should be fun for everyone, inclusive for everyone. Let's have fun. Support your local independent promotion. Come on.
Yeah.
Wrestling is great right now. Why not have the junkies along for the ride?
Yeah. I mean, and much like Kyle says here, I mean, if there's an independent show, there's likely the odds are pretty good that we're sponsoring in some way. We'd love to do this. And again, the work we put into sponsoring those shows, that's all because of your help, buying our merch, supporting our WWE shop affiliate. Anything that is put back, we just immediately reinvest because we absolutely love what we do. Quite frankly, there's nobody else I'd rather talk wrestling with, even though he's a gigantic pain in my ass sometimes. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
All right, we can't end fluffy, so I won the debate today.
Again.
We're not ending fluffy.
Million different ways that you could have said that, but yes, doubleheader tomorrow. SCI this weekend. Be on the lookout for exclusive content from the Wrestling Junkies from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I heard the Good Doctor might make an appearance. Is that true?
Good Doctor is indeed making an appearance at some point. So is Mrs. Good Doctor potentially. So yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So that's actually really cool because Landon has met my wife. Now I get to be Landon's wife. All comes full circle.
See, moments like this happen on the Wrestling Junkies podcast. That's all we're saying, everybody. But that's going to do it. I think that we've taken up enough time here. And this is getting a little bit long in the tooth, but it's always nice to... Okay. For he who believes, I'm Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.